What's up everyone, Steve here again from RC Tanks and Trucks 24/7, and here I have another sweet car, the awesome new Traxxas Ford 2.0 all-wheel drive chassis, and this guy is a GT40. Looks sweet. Now this guy has been around for a few months now, but like anything in Australia, it gets released a little bit later than the rest of the world. You lucky people in the States get everything first, but first time I've seen it, and it's been in the shop at Crazy Hobbies, and it was on the shelf, and I thought it looked really cool, and I want to unbox it and give you guys a good in-depth look. Now it's got a lot of features here on the side here, but when I get the car out, I will explain a lot of these in more detail. Now along the side here you see a beautiful picture. That'd be nice just to cut out and stick on the wall. They've done a fantastic job with the body, and doesn't do it justice when you see it in videos or pictures. When you actually see it in person, it looks really, really sweet. Now it does come in blue, black or red. I do have the red one here. Well, it's like a maroon color, and it looks really, really sweet. The blue one looks amazing as well. They all look really nice actually. So basically in the box, before we open it up, you get the Ford 2.0 all-wheel drive chassis, XL5 waterproof electronic speed controller, the good old Titan 12-turn 550 motor, the TQI 2.4 GHz transmitter with TSM, and obviously a matching TSM receiver. Adjustable body mounts. You can it also comes with a different pinion gear, quality tool set, and the quick start guide. 30 miles an hour or 50 kilometers an hour, which it doesn't sound that much, but it's a brush version, so I'm pretty sure you could soup it up and put a nice brusher system in there. But enough talking, let's go see what you get. Now I'll leave a link in the description where I go checked it out. Gives you a nice sort of rundown of the new Ford GT40. Pretty interesting read. They've certainly done a nice job with the design. Now I've opened this up at the shop to put on display because it just looks so beautiful. Like I said, it doesn't really do it justice when you see it in videos and stuff like that. But there we go, look at that red. Such a vibrant red. They've done a really nice job, and everything really flows really nicely. I like how they've thought about where they're going to put all the body posts and all that kind of stuff, kind of hidden away with these air vents at the front. But we'll look at this later on in the video. Okay, now here is your TQI top qualifier 2.4 GHz transmitter. It's a basic kit caboodle. It does the job, it's fine. Same one that pretty much comes with the all new Traxxas cars. And you know what, I don't mind it. It's pretty comfortable in the hand, very responsive. It's got this nice foam around the steering wheel here, does the job. It's got TSM, steering trim, multi-function, that's for your TSM there, like your traction control. And yeah, that's all there is to it. Menu button and set button up the top. And the good thing about them, they only take 4 AA batteries. So there we go. Now here we have our instruction manual, quick start guide, some spare parts for the shock preload clips, your tool set, and your optional gearing. Your pinion gear is in there as well. But that's all there is to that. Here is a GT40. Like I said, it looks beautiful. Lovely colors, the black, the blue, and this red one all look really, really nice. Now, I've not really been a road car guy myself, but I definitely might have to buy one of these in the near future because I think it looks really, really nice. Now, bear in mind, although it does include a transmitter, you still need to buy a charger and all your batteries. So it's not a full ready-to-run kit. You still need to get all that kind of electronic stuff to get it up and running. But hopefully, if you're into the hobby already, you would have a charger, and all you need to get is your LiPo battery or even a nickel metal hydride if that's what you want to use. Now, first up, let's have a look at this body. Roll this car out of the way so we can get a good look at it. Okay, as you can see, Traxxas tried to replicate the real thing as much as possible. Classic lines with these beautifully designed duct or air ducts around the side of the car, the signature vents up the front here, and just the whole overall shape of it. They've done a really nice job. Now, I think it's one of the nicest bodies that's come stock out of a ready-to-run kit. Even the new Mustang, I think they have for this car, looks fantastic as well. But the kicker here is the rear end. Look at that. Doesn't that just look awesome? I have to move the camera back a little bit so I can see how nice this rear end is. And those lights and everything just look spectacular. Like I said, I think it's one of the best ready-to-run bodies there are. Even if you painted this up yourself, you'd be pretty damn proud if you finished it in this kind of job as it's been finished from the factory. But yeah, that rear wing and that whole rear element looks nice. The rear diffuser, everything is there to kind of mimic the real car, and I've done a really nice job. The exhaust up high look fantastic, and even the lights, it's just not a sticker, it's actually separate piece there, so it just gives it more of a a depth to it, not just a flat sticker, which kind of like that body, kind of like the motor up there, but I much prefer that they've got that kind of detail up in the rear there. Then don't worry about it, just a sticker for a motor. I'm not really worried about that, but yeah, I can go on for a few more minutes about this body, but yeah, I kind of won't bore you. It's kind of nice that I've kind of replicated a kind of interior with a tinted window. Kind of, you can see the top of the dash there. It also has the windscreen wipers up the top there. There's up inside there with these separately applied parts there for the rear lights, the exhaust. No front light buckets. I'm not too sure about light kits. The back definitely looks like you can fit a light kit in there with these additional parts. But the front, hopefully there's something maybe in the near future, but looks like the back definitely does have them. So here is the new Fortec 2.0 all-wheel drive chassis. First and foremost, it is a shaft-driven all-wheel drive system, front and rear differentials, driven by spur gear at the back here, and it's been propelled along with this brushed Titan 12-turn motor. Now just zoomed in a little bit, and there is your 550 size 12-turn Titan motor. Paired up right next to it is EXL5 Traxxas waterproof ESC that can run nickel metal hydride and LiPo, which a lot of you guys probably be running. And the good thing about it, it also does have LiPo cutoff. Now there, lying down, you have a waterproof steering servo, and you also have an integrated servo saver there as well, right into the horn. Right smack bang above that is your ESC, and kind of in this kind of waterproof enclosure as well. Now in all four corners, obviously you have your oil-filled shocks. They are the same size. They aren't threaded coilover styles. You need to adjust the preload with those plastic clips. Now the good thing about this chassis, it is very easy to set up. There's not much to it. If you're new into the hobby, this might be a perfect on-road chassis for you guys. For example, you have a dual rear camber link mounting positions here, so you can mount it here, and you can also mount it up top here as well. There isn't actually any turnbuckles on this kit from what I can see. Now also, what I was saying about being very easy to set up and good for a beginner, it has a fixed gear mesh system under this particular spur gear cover, so you don't really have to worry so much about getting that perfect mesh. There's only fixed positions where you lock it into, and that's what it is. So I guess that's a good thing if you're just starting and you don't really know what you're doing, but it's also pays to make sure if your gear mesh is good just by feeling it and by eye, but it's good that it has that feature. Now in all four corners you do have traditional style dog bone drive shafts. They are metal. I'm pretty sure that is more than enough to put up with the brush setup, and hopefully even for the brushless. The bottom of the car is like a modular design. You have the front, the middle and the rear, and the good thing about it, all the hardware is hex head or Allen keys. No Phillips heads around here to strip out easily, which is really, really nice, and that goes with all hardware on the kit as well. As you can see, here are the body mounts, and the good thing about them, they are adjustable, so you can raise or lower the height of the body, and there are also additional ones in the included, so you can mount other aftermarket bodies as well. Now the wheels and tyres look exactly like the real thing as well. These tyres are obviously foam filled. They seem pretty hard, but they do have a little bit of a give to them, and they look like the ones that actually come on the real car. The good thing about them, it's got like a little scale touch that does include a caliper and a brake on all four corners. And what I'll do, the back is actually smaller than the front, just like the real car, which is really cool. I'll pull off one wheel so I can give you a closer look. They've taken the wheel off, and you can see a very unusual design. I haven't seen this before, maybe because I haven't really been noticing these scale disc brakes, but as you can see, the hex nut there that normally is just one plastic piece is actually this whole set up there. So the disc and the hex is all one piece, and it's held on via a screw just in there, so it doesn't actually come off, so you will never lose that. You won't never lose the pin because this falls off because it gets a bit loose. It's actually all attached just there via that one screw that holds the brake caliper for the realism, for the scale look of it, but it actually is functional in that it holds all that system together. So that's pretty cool. So I'll rotate it so if you know what I'm getting at. See? So this will never actually come off. That's kind of a cool design. I've never seen that before. Looks great. Now another cool feature that I liked about this car is the battery tray here. As you can see, you can fit two different sizes in here for the height wise, 26mm and 23mm, so you can fit a LiPo or a basic nickel metal hydride. Now how it does that, it's got like a little pivot here, so it's a simple latch mechanism, and the pivot rotates. So if you rotate it this direction and put it down, it's 26mm, gives you more clearance. If you pull it back up again and just rotate it again and flip it down, it's kind of offset here. Kind of got that notch, it's offset, and it's now 23mm, so there's no so it won't have any slop if you want to change it from nickel metal hydride to LiPo. That's a nice touch as well. It does also have the Traxxas high current connectors if you want to use those. But yeah, that's pretty much all I can see in this kit. It looks fantastic. It's got a nice aluminium shaft running through the whole car there. But it just looks like a really simple design and a great, I guess, starting chassis if you're just getting into it. It can be a racer, it can be a drifter. I've seen some videos of actually jumping it with the, I think, official Traxxas one. So I think it's a very versatile chassis that, you know, given the price, it's not too bad, but you also need to buy your charger and battery and all that. So you have to just put that into consideration. But this might actually make me get back into a road car because it does look nice. Like I said, I could just use it as a drifter, and it just looks really well designed. They've done a bang on the head. They've nailed it with that body, and even the Mustang version looks fantastic. But I think there's something special with this particular Ford GT body that just sets it apart from anything else. Now, one thing I noticed, when you put the body on, it just fits on really, really well. There's no need to stuff around with the body holes. It just lines up like a glove. So really, really nice. You won't hopefully mitigate damaging and sticking all the paint off the underside of this body. But the nice thing about it, these actual, you know, mounts here have this kind of movable plastic hinge that helps mitigate any of that damage. So really, really nice. Just sits on pretty much every time. If you want to go check out the link, it's in the description. If you guys are in the States, this guy's from Crazy Hobbies up here in Sydney, Australia. That's where I get all my stuff from. And yeah, links in the description. You guys probably already seen this as well, but anyway, you can check it out if you want. Any questions, guys? Leave them in the comment section. I'll hopefully answer them as soon as possible. If you like the video, guys, please give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't, please subscribe. It's easy to do. Click that sub button and also click that little bell icon so you get notified of new videos ASAP. Hope you enjoyed the video, guys. I'm not the greatest with on-road cars and I don't know that much compared to off-road stuff, but I'm slowly getting there. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. See you in the next one. Thanks, guys.